Shoot. Well, you know us. We just gonna talk some reviews. We had a lot of shows that we missed. We didn't really get to review, talk to you guys about it. So I'm just gonna throw some of them shows out there and see how you felt about it, how you review those shows, how you rate them compared to other shows that came out before. You know how we used to do it. Starting with the Obi Wan, because I know you're the Star Wars guy. You are the Star Wars guy. I knew I was waiting for you to get on here to actually really talk about it, to go in depth about it. So since you are here now, let's get your thoughts on it. Obi Wan, break it down for us.
I thought Obi Wan was. I thought it was interesting. There was aspects about it that I didn't like, and aspects I did like. I still thought it was funny how different the Grand Inquisitor looked from his counterpart in the cartoon. And I understand that the cartoons people look like super exaggerated and whatnot, but there's the same species. My bad has that character. I believe it's in episode 3. I can't remember which episode it's in, but they're in that episode and they look nothing like that dude. Their hair's like really elongated and whatnot, similar to the way it is in the cartoon and what
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's actually the ones that they had in the movie were even more like alien looking, but this one looked just real humanoid wise. But nonetheless, I mean, I thought he did good. He didn't act exactly like the one from the cartoon because it was a different actor, which is funny because the actual actor who did the voice it looked more like the actual character than this guy. But I'm not sure why they went with that decision. It's weird because they've been using the voice actors a lot, like with Cat Bane. That was the voice actor pretty much. He wasn't playing the role, but he was doing the voice nonetheless.
Wow.
Um, and then if you watched, what was it again? Was it Mando season 2? Yeah, I think it was when they had the other Mandalorians, the female ones. The one who was the leader, she was from the cartoon, and the same person who voiced her is the one who played her in the show.
Oh, dope. So they already had like a trend of doing that, and they just decided not to do it for this one.
Well, they do and they don't because I mean at the same time we can also say Ahsoka. The actor who's been voicing Ahsoka since the beginning, they could have used her and they did not use her. They instead they used Rosario Dawson, which I
Can't
think
be mad at that. Can't be mad at
yeah,
that.
which I think is a better pick because the girl who voiced her is a just a really short, like she's not like she looks like she can like body wise she can play the role, but she just looks like a cartoon character version of her. Like she still looks like so short and cartoon character, and I think the voice would just like the voice is good for cartoons, but I don't know how good it would be for film.
Yeah,
Especially
yeah.
when she's supposed to be older and like way older, like in her 40s and whatnot. Pretty much the same age that Rosario Dawson is, so
Mm.
it kind of fits that her voice would change a little bit. And Rosario Dawson still has the kind of voice that fits that same similar cadence. I don't know why, because she's from New York, which is a totally different accent. But for some reason it works. I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. I feel it. I liked it a lot, man. I just it's got kind of slow in the middle for me. It kind of
Yeah.
like picked up a lot at the end. It wasn't really many episodes, but towards the end, I started to get into it when you actually saw Darth Vader fighting Obi-Wan and third sister or
Yeah.
whatever, fifth sister, whatever number sister she was.
Well,
Uh,
I think she was the second sister. I don't know what the fuck she was, to be
yeah,
honest.
she was somebody, and her character just kind of confused me. She didn't know what the hell she wanted to do. Was she
She was
gonna
just
be a good guy, bad guy? I don't know
yeah.
what the fuck was going on,
She
and
was just
then
yeah. She was angry. She went after Luke for no reason because she just like tormented this motherfucker, fucked up his childhood a little bit, and then was like, "Yeah, I give up. I'm not gonna do it." Like,
yeah,
bitch, why did you do it in the first place then? Like, bitch, if you want to be good, be good. Like, I don't get it. It's like clearly this little kid has no connection to his father. Does he know who his father is? His
yeah,
father doesn't even know him. How would you be? How would you killing him be any kind of like
yeah,
detriment to that person? Because that
yeah,
person has no idea he exists, and she knows it. It's stupid
yeah.
as fuck.
Mm.
But um, she, I understand people were complaining about her. I do agree that her acting was a little bit weird. It didn't
There's a
it
little,
didn't
yeah,
it didn't fit. But I'm biased because I still like I don't give a fuck because I kind of find her attractive. So
No, I feel it, and the whole representation thing. I'm all for it, but shit, I don't. It was kind of corny at a certain point.
I don't care about the representation shit. I just want somebody who can do the fucking role. I'm not really one of the people who like, oh, support black business. I mean, no, I'm like support good product.
Yeah,
If your product sucks and you got a black business, don't get oh he don't support black business. No, that nigga shit sucked. Like, I got sick eating
yeah,
nigga shit. So it was like,
yeah.
you know
That
what I'm
pink
saying? But
sauce.
yeah, exactly. But
That's so
in
funny.
her case, I mean, even though I didn't think her acting was that great, I can see the potential for her to get better, and she got the look.
Yeah,
I liked her. I like seeing her in it, and I think that I mean potentially she can grow and be better. They've had other I mean Jedi's come in all shapes and sizes, even though she's not technically a Jedi because she never made it past the Padawan stage. I mean she's a dark side user who can turn good. And I mean, they can have some roles for her. And they're originally talking about having like a series for her, but because I don't know how if they're gonna do that now that she, you know,
yeah,
I ain't gonna say bomb, but like people was kind of coming out her sideways about that shit. And like once again, I was cool with her. I thought it was good. I mean, I thought that her she could have did better as an actor, yes,
yeah.
but like I said, I'm biased. I found her attractive. So
Yeah, and there's a lot going on. I mean, you can't at the beginning you could see the ruthlessness in her and her determination. She just killing people, chopping people's hands off and shit. But it was
yeah,
like towards the end, it was like,
but
okay,
they were trying to portray that role over like I mean I don't know. I think that's where it kind of fucked up is you don't. I think they were trying to have somebody who came off as like really villainous and then try to develop a soft side. But I think a lot of times if you have somebody who's doing like really fucked up shit that makes people hate them, it's hard for you to be like, oh, okay, I kind of sympathize with that person. It's like, no, this person's still an asshole.
yeah,
You
for
gotta,
real,
you gotta, you gotta, you have more time to build up on them. Kind of like Game of Thrones, for example. Like the brother, the one who was screwing his sister.
yeah,
Remember?
hmm,
I don't know if you saw the first episode, and he like pushed that little kid out the window.
yeah,
And for me personally, I was like, "Fuck this nigga and his sister. They some dickheads." You know what I mean?
yeah,
They just, I mean, figuratively and literally, but whatever. They need to be dealt with. But at one point in the show, I forgot which part it was, where he had got separated and somehow ended up losing his hand and shit.
oh yeah. And he started falling in
Yeah,
love with that big girl, and his character hella changed.
yeah,
So
exactly.
everybody started
And then
feeling sympathetic for him.
sympathizing for him. He couldn't fight as good because apparently he was a right-handed fighter, and after he lost his right hand, he was whack. So yeah, and he definitely started getting sympathy for him throughout the show, but it took a long time.
Yeah, real long time.
That wasn't like 6 episodes. So
6 seasons,
yeah, that
pretty
was some
much.
season exactly. You know, it took about I would say when I started feeling sympathy for him, it took about 5 seasons. Yeah.
I felt sympathy for him when he died. That's the last part. 'Cause when he got on that beach, I thought he was gonna make it, and he ended up getting stabbed up. I was like, oh shit! I thought he was gonna redeem
What do you
himself.
mean stabbed up? Stabbed
Remember
up.
when he I forgot exactly what happened, but he got to this beach area and was trying to make it to somebody, and then somebody came and caught him, and they were fighting. They had a sword fight, and he got
Hmm.
stabbed before he made it
Yeah.
to where he was trying to go. But
Nah, he still made it
he still made it.
to his
Oh,
sister,
okay. I don't remember that
and
part.
then like the fucking roof and shit fell on top of them while they were like sitting there hugging it, some
Oh
stupid shit.
yeah, that was stupid. Yeah, that is what happened. I remember that. And yeah, almost as bad as what happened to the Mountains brother. Yeah, that shit was stupid too. How he just kind of fell off the building and fell into the fire.
Oh yeah,
Like they kind of just rushed the whole ending of Game of Thrones, and it's just kind of like
they
there's a
did.
lot of shit.
Speaking of that, are you fucking with this? Was it is it the fuck, what's it called? House of the Dragon or something like that? Whatever it is.
Yeah. I mean, is it started already?
I don't think so, but I've seen trailers for it. The trailers look good.
Not shit. I just hope it
I,
doesn't start at the same time as that Lord of the Rings show, because it's gonna be kind of hard to get into both.
Lord of the Rings show.
Yeah, fucking Amazon Prime. They fucking a prequel to the Lord of the Rings, so like thousands of years before shit went down. Or no, actually, that's the storyline for the Game of Thrones shit. But it is supposed to be before all the Lord of the Rings shit took place. It's a prequel type shit.
I don't know what
And
that
it's supposed to
was.
be a $200 million show. Jeff Bezos is putting on the Amazon Prime. Like one of the
Okay.
most expensive shows ever made. If you got, I should have sent you the trailer. This trailer's already been
Yeah,
kind of
shit.
dropped before it too. So I don't know. It's just gonna be kind of wild. It's gonna be a lot of kind of like third world. No, I don't want to say third world. Like kind of like that mystical world with the Avatar dropping. And we'll talk soon about that Wakanda Forever trailer with the fucking Neymar being fucking
Mm-hmm.
introduced and all that weird shit. So we'll get there. But all in all, I felt like Obi Wan was cool. I just thought
Mm-hmm.
the stakes weren't really that high because we already knew that Leia and Luke weren't gonna die. So all this threats and shit that was coming towards them, it's like we know nothing's gonna happen. All these movies with them in the movies actually have already happened. So she ain't gonna catch him. Third sister, fourth, fifth, sixth sister ain't gonna catch what's his name, Luke.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing's gonna happen to him. She ain't gonna kill him. So I just could never was really worried. And then towards the end, uh after what happened at the end? I forgot. He just
So they had that big fight scene with Darth
Darth
Vader.
Vader. Yeah.
So I didn't like that fight scene because like, well, they're not like Darth
Nothing was
Vader
really
is supposed to. It
resolved.
was supposed to be first and foremost. Darth Vader once he became Darth Vader after he like stopped being Anakin and whatever went to the dark side. He's supposed to be powerful as fuck.
Yeah.
And my bad. Other than video games and shit, they haven't really displayed like him being super powerful. And not only that, but Obi Wan was supposed to be more like a. I mean, I don't remember him being like that powerful in the Force.
Hmm.
And then somehow all of a sudden, after he getting crushed by a bunch of rocks and shit, he starts speaking like Yoda and Qui Gon Jinn and well, I don't know the fuck else. And then this motherfucker pops out and starts like levitating rocks and shit over his head,
Yeah.
and I don't know, doing
Fucking shit
crazy
up.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like I don't know. It's like I was expecting Darth Vader to be more dominant at that point because it's like 10 years in. It's basically like it's 10 years in from when that fight happened before, and by that time, Darth Vader should have been like he's supposed to be the chosen one. His metachlorian, whatever that fucking shit is called, they have his count is higher than everybody's, even though he's missing his limbs, which kind of makes him a little bit less powerful. I'm expecting him to still be super fucking powerful, and it was just like he was still the same as he always was. He was a little more powerful because he pulled that fucking spaceship out the sky and shit. That was
For
pretty dope.
real. I was like, God damn.
Yeah, yeah.
Pull the
But
walls off of it.
yeah, he was that. He did that shit quick, and that was dope as fuck. Don't get me wrong. He did that shit like it was nothing. Like it was like it wasn't like that. Like when he pulled that shit out the side, that shit just ripped off like it was butter. I don't know. It was,
Yeah.
but
It was good.
but just for them to make, I was hoping they would make like Obi Wan not just like they will figure out a way to make him more dominant without being just a force user. And
Hmm.
what they did was they just made him like hella dominant in the force and then fuck him up. And I was like, I thought maybe it'd have been better if they would have used more of that. And this is me being more of a fucking Star Wars nerd, but when like they were talking about the skill level of like Mace Windu, how he did simpler moves because he didn't do wasted movements. So that's why his move whenever you saw him fight in the movie, they pretty much were like, oh, the reason why Samuel L. Jackson was moving so simply, goddamn, wasn't because Samuel L. Jackson just doesn't know what he's doing, but because Mace Windu is so precise, he doesn't need to do unnecessary movements. And I thought that maybe by the time that Obi Wan got older, they could have used something like that to where like he didn't have to do like no special ass shit. He was just so dominant in his attacks that he can just defeat Darth Vader because his character was never supposed to be like super powerful in the Force.
Yeah, I feel it. I feel it.
That
Yeah.
that wasn't his shit.
And ultimately he did end up winning. And it's kind of crazy because Darth Vader wasn't really held back by emotions like Obi Wan was.
Exactly,
And he
exactly.
still should have been super. Yeah, that should have made him more powerful in that aspect as well because Obi Wan at
But
the end did hold back.
I mean, like Darth Vader is supposed to use like emotions, like anger, hate, and all that shit to make him more powerful. Because when you go to the dark side, that's kind of what feeds the dark side, I
Hmm.
guess.
Hmm.
And so you would expect him to be a lot more powerful. And I don't know, just it's like to know that that's him at 10 years. So that's like Darth Vader is supposed to be one of the best Sith lords. And if you know anything about the the Legends area of Star Wars. There's a lot more powerful ass fucking Sith lords than Darth Vader.
Mhm.
But they're trying to say because he was the first one that they came out with that spanned all this other universe. He should have been the strongest one, but they haven't really demonstrated that at all. And
Mhm.
it's like if at this point he's 10 years into his because he only had an 18-year run until his son came to fuck shit up, So it's like at this point this would have been the middle ground of that. You would think he would have been at his peak or whatever,
Yeah,
but
in his
instead,
prime.
yeah, instead Obi-Wan was able to come and dominate him. And I just feel that they should have showed a more dominant Darth Vader because they haven't really, other than in like animated shows and stuff like that, they haven't really had the chance or taken the opportunity to show him super dominant like that.
In that one in that one scene in Rogue One too, at the end when he was
Yeah, well,
fighting.
he was just slicing everybody down, but I mean, they showed fucking Luke doing the same fucking thing when Luke was coming on to save everybody at the end of the Mandalorian. So it's like
Yeah.
that's just like that's how do I put it? That's more of like a lightsaber play.
Mhm.
He's supposed to be like strong in force.
Mhm.
I want him to do some like stupid ass like extreme force ability that
Crush
I
somebody's
don't know.
heart while they're looking at you and then watch them bleed from the eyes.
Nah, fuck that. Like
Uh,
pull a planet out of its orbit or some bullshit. I don't know.
Whoa, that's epic.
You feel me? That'd be some
That's
epic
epic.
shit.
Yeah, that'd be epic as fuck. But yeah, Obi Wan was a good show. If you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. It is on Disney Plus now.
It's the best,
Let's move on to
best of bias. You need the earful, you should try us. From pop culture to the movies to Unitas. It's the best of bias. Your best of bias. Yeah, it's the best of bias.